Good morning. Thanks, everybody, for coming out to Waco this morning. My name is Alex Winslow. I'm the Executive Director of Texas Watch. We are a statewide citizens advocacy group, and we are stopping in Waco this morning as part of our 16-city, 3,000-mile fixed Texas insurance tour to raise awareness about the problems that families are having with insurance and the need for common sense, comprehensive insurance reforms that will lower rates and bring accountability to the insurance marketplace. The bottom line is that the Texas insurance market is broken, and we need to fix Texas insurance now. Families all across our state are struggling to keep up with high food, fuel, and housing costs, not to mention patients who are struggling with the high cost of health care and poor access to health care. Homeowners are unable to hold bad builders accountable, and worker and patient safety protections are being whittled to the bone. All of this, plus years of insurance overcharges and a deny, delay, defend mentality by the insurance companies who want to avoid paying legitimate claims. Right here in Waco, families pay more than $300 more than the national average for their homeowners insurance, and we need to do something to bring those rates down. Lawmakers have a unique opportunity to step in and offer some real relief for Texas families by supporting and enacting common sense insurance reforms that will bring down rates, give voters a voice in who oversees the marketplace, and infuse accountability into the insurance marketplace, while at the same time making the market more transparent for consumers. In 2002, our state's insurance market was in turmoil, and the insurance companies went to the legislature and said, if you give us more flexibility, then we'll do the right thing by lowering insurance rates and making the market better for consumers. Well, the legislature took them at their word. What's happened instead is that the insurance companies have kept rates high, have made it more difficult for you to file a claim, continue to use unfair tools like credit scoring and data mining, and now they want even more flexibility. Well, it's time for us to say enough is enough. We need common sense insurance reforms that are going to clamp down on the insurance companies and make sure that homeowners are protected. Add all of this, a Texas Supreme Court that has made numerous rulings that have made it more difficult for workers, homeowners, drivers, and patients to pursue legitimate insurance claims, and you have a stacked deck in which Texas families are forced to pay more and get less from their insurance companies. So what should we do about it? Well, we have a 4-point plan at Texas Watch that would make the marketplace much more fair for Texas families. First, we need to enact streamlined prior approval. Right now, the insurance companies are allowed to raise their rates whenever they want, however much they want, and if they overcharge their policyholders, then the Commissioner of Insurance has to play catch-up to go get your money back. Well, we need to bring an end to this cat-and-mouse game by requiring insurance companies to get their rates approved before and not after they're imposed on policyholders. Secondly, we need to elect the insurance commissioner. We all, at some point in our lives, are going to require the purchase of insurance. We're going to own a home, we're going to drive a car, we're going to be a patient, we're going to run a small business, and we're going to need insurance to help us run our lives. So it stands to reason that we should all have a say in who is responsible for overseeing the insurance market. So we should elect the insurance commissioner so that all Texans have a voice in who's making those vital decisions. Thirdly, we need to end unfair insurance practices, things like credit scoring and data mining, which insurance companies are using all too often as an excuse to raise your rates, when really these things have nothing to do with your risk level for an insurance company. And we need to crack down on insurance companies who continue to deny claims first and ask questions later. We need to stop this unfair practice of the insurance companies. And finally, we need to simplify the marketplace for consumers. We need to infuse more transparency by giving consumers real options in the marketplace that they can understand so that they know what they're buying. Today, we are joined by our colleagues at Texas Impact. James Mason is a good friend of ours. I'll let him tell you a little bit about their organization, but they do good work on behalf of Texas families, and James has come along for part of the tour with us, and we're glad to have him. So, James Mason.
Hi, good morning. My name is James Mason. I am the Policy Education Director for Texas Impact. Texas Impact is a statewide nonprofit that has been working on representing the voice of broad religious social concern to the state legislature since 1973. We have specifically been doing a lot of work on health insurance and the whole insurance debate. Health insurance is one of the most impacting and important forms of insurance. As we like to say, not everyone has a car, not everyone has a house, but everyone has a body. And for 2 decades, Texas has consistently had the highest percentage in the nation of residents without health insurance. Nearly 25% of all Texans lack health coverage, and that's compared to a national average of 16%. And millions more are underinsured, meaning that they're paying stiff premiums for coverage that still doesn't cover their entire health care needs. The high uninsured rate distorts and destabilizes the market even for those that do have health coverage, resulting in healthcare insecurities for the entire market. To date, there are roughly 6 million Texans who live without health insurance, not because they don't work, because 80% of the uninsured are in working families, but because an incredibly large and growing population of Texans are unable to access quality, affordable health insurance through their employer or on their own. We've all heard presidential candidates talk about their proposed solutions to national healthcare crisis. And while we wait for national healthcare reform, which may be years away, there are common sense reforms and strategies that are already being taken in other states that Texas can implement now to improve health insurance access for Texans. Number one, we should broaden the market. Texas should develop new pools and redefine groups to bring more Texas consumers into the private insurance market. Number two, we need to improve affordability. Texans have seen health insurance premiums jump 40% in just 5 years, and we have some of the highest premiums in the United States. Texas should adopt policies that are already common in other states, including the review and approval of rates, which Alex just mentioned, and reasonable limitations on medical underwriting, which is how much insurance companies can use your medical and financial history to determine the price you will pay for your policy. Texas also should offer a tax incentive for these small employers that like to provide employee-sponsored health insurance. Number three, we need more focus on health in general. As I said, Texas has had the worst percentage of uninsured citizens for over 2 decades now, and it's time for lawmakers to focus more attention on solving our uninsured problem. The Sunset Bill, which is taking place right now on the Texas Department of Insurance, provides a great opportunity for our legislators to address the lack of focus that we have on health insurance. Texans need and deserve a quality, affordable health insurance, and lawmakers need to strive for an insurance market that serves the needs of all Texas citizens. It's very important that our legislators go into this 81st session knowing that health care and health insurance are priorities and important concern of their constituents. Texas Impact and other public interest groups have been collecting health care stories from citizens across the state so that we can go and share them with legislators and their staff. We've been hosting town hall series to give Texans an opportunity to talk and speak with their local legislators. And we've started a postcard campaign to ask legislators to make common sense health care reforms a priority in this upcoming session. I cannot express to you enough that your legislators need to hear from you in order to make our insurance market a more friendly place for Texas families. Thank you.
Thanks, James, very much. As the rain starts to fall on us here in Waco, I want to thank James for coming and joining us on the tour. I want to thank our friends at the Waco AFL-CIO who have been so generous and allowed us to use their parking lot here today. But just to recap, our insurance market is broken, and we need to do more for Texas families. Families are struggling with high food, fuel, and housing costs, and one thing that we can do that is the easiest, quickest, and most surefire way to put money back in the pockets of Texas homeowners is to pass comprehensive, common-sense insurance reforms that are going to lower our rates and hold insurance companies accountable. So the bottom line, once again, is it is time to fix Texas insurance. Thank you all very much for coming. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.